Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today is a Car Chronicles day. I got something I want to talk to y'all about, so lean in. Let's talk about it. Okay, I'm in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I had to bring this to you guys because this just seemed outrageous. And the reason why I'm bringing this to you is because if you're not growing a garden, this should be a reason why you should. Sitting in the parking lot of the garage, sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store, I have 7 items on my receipt. I say 9 because they tried to cheat me. I scanned some grapes, and when I looked at the readout on the self-checkout, they had scanned me twice for one bunch of grapes. Now I'm double checking my receipt because the young lady told me she took them off, but I'm looking at that like, girl, you play too much. So they took that off. Okay, I got 2 bunches of grapes. Of course, it's by weight. First bunch was $6.65, second bunch was $7.69. I was trying to get a big bag of grapes because I really want some grapes today. Now, the first reason why I say if you're not growing, you should, is I was looking through the bag of grapes because if you're not checking your food, you should be checking your food. I opened up the bag of grapes, and 3 of those and they were all folded over so that they weren't sitting. Normally they're sitting upright where you can just grab the bag and take it away, right? But they were folded over and put in the little grape box. This was a box full of grapes, so that you had to actually pick it up and unfold that little handle so that you could take it away. So I picked up several of them. I looked inside of the bag, and lo and behold, there were several bunches that were molded. I mean, they had nasty white mold on these grapes they trying to pass off for $3.49 a pound. You trying to sell me some white mold? No, thank you. So as I'm going through, and I picked out 2 bunches that are relatively decent, you know, nice, fat, dirty, but no mold. That's reason number 1 to grow your own food. Now, reason number 2, the main reason why I went in there was to look for some tomatoes, a specialty tomato, and see if they had any soursop. I have been back to this grocery store 3 different occasions, and they have not had any soursop, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, I picked up some cheese as well. That's why I got the tomatoes, because I wanted to have a caprese salad today, and I didn't have any mozzarella or any tomatoes. So I got some specialty tomatoes. They're calling these tiki tomatoes. They're really very cute. I'll show y'all what they look like when I get to the house, because they're dirty. I need to wash them up, but I want to show y'all how pretty this little bitty tomato is. I'm gonna save some seeds for that because I think I might grow that. Yeah, I think I might try to grow that in my green stalk. We'll see. Okay, now the next one is a little tomato that I heard Diva Jones talk about last year, and I have seeds for this, but it was a really delicious, very flavorful, little bitty San Marzano tomato. So I got a couple of little handfuls, like maybe 3 of San Marzano tomatoes. They're little bitty tomatoes about that big, very flavorful. So I got some of those. Now, of course, expensive. It doesn't say exactly how much they were, but I ended up paying $3.98 for a small bag of, let's see, that's a San Marzano. I'm doing good. I don't have my reading glasses on, y'all. A small little bag of the tiki multicolored tomato. It's a cherry tomato. It's supposed to say, it says on the vine. They were not on nobody's vine. But these also, as I was picking through them, because you have to pick through your tomatoes, they were soft. They were going bad. The tiki tomatoes. They're real cute though. And then the little San Marzano tomatoes, These little tomatoes were $6.08, and I got the I know I got more of these than I got of the tiki, because that's why I went to the store. Those were $6.08, and those were firm, a good tomato to pick up. Not like those other tomatoes and the grapes that were rotten and going over. And so the last thing I went in there for was a sour sop. I have been looking for a sour sop for a couple of years, because I picked up a soursop years ago, collected all the seeds, and I had a baby soursop growing when I was in North Texas. But silly me, I left it in the greenhouse, the little green greenhouse. Y'all know that's the only one I had. I left it in the greenhouse over the winter, thinking that with the climate that it had in there, because I had it stuffed full of plants during the wintertime, that it would survive, and it did not. And I didn't have very many more seeds, and the seeds that I had, I guess they were old after that point. They weren't, or they were viable, so they didn't germinate. So I've been trying to get seeds for a soursop, and I have been scouring the city. I've gone to 5 different HEBs. Well, okay, let me not say 5. I've gone to 3 or 4 different HEBs, and I've visited them multiple times, because I have an app on my phone that says for this particular, for HEB, if you put in the address, it'll tell you if they have any soursop in the store. And every time I go, when it says they have it, they don't have it. So I went there, picked up soursop. Y'all, again, soursop is a tropical fruit, and it was $13.52. $13.52 for one soursop. So I got the biggest one they had, and let me tell y'all, normally the skin is green. This skin is dang near brownish black, which leads me to believe, if I remember correctly, and it's soft, so it's not good. It's past its prime. If I'm wrong, let me know in the description box below. But the whole point was to get the seeds. So I would have liked to have tasted it, but and almost all of them look like that. Tragic. It's just tragic in this store today. So I spent $52. $52.60 on 7 things in this grocery store. Now, the reason why I'm having a Car Chronicles today, to let y'all know, is if you're not growing your own food, or at least trying to grow some of your food, it's imperative that we do. Not only have I run into food that was nasty, rotten, shouldn't be sold. Yeah, y'all get the point, right? You get the point. I spent $52.60 on food that was, I'm almost ready to say the word, almost subpar. There's no reason why you should go to the grocery store and you end up with rotten tomatoes or overripe fruit or molding fruit. There should be no reason for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed my quick Car Chronicles. Like I said, I am still sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I've got to get home, because I did tell y'all I wanted to have a caprese salad. I haven't eaten, and I'm hungry. So I gotta go. Grow your own food, y'all, because this right here, and I don't foresee it getting any better. I just don't. It's okay to allow poor quality to be given to us, and that should be illegal, in my opinion. So you all have a great day. Thanks for joining me in the car. I hope to see you again on the next Car Chronicles. Up until then, y'all have a great day. I gotta go, I'm hungry. Bye, y'all. Here's a little bonus. I promised I would show you the tomatoes, so let me show you. I'm in the car. I just pulled up to the house, and this is the mini San Marzano. It looks just like a San Marzano. It's just tiny. Well, this one is not so tiny, but little bitty San Marzano. Little bitty San Marzano, and they're so delicious. The other one that I wanted to show you all, let me close this bag. I can wash my hands since I'm at the house now, so I can show y'all. Let's see. The other one is the tiki. It's called a tiki multicolor. Cherry on the vine tomato. It's not on nobody's vine. So let's open this up. And what drew me to it was the color when I saw it. Look at that. Look at that. The idea of that is gorgeous. I mean, I can't imagine what it tastes like. So I am going to save seed from this one because it's got that beautiful dark purple color like a eggplant. So that has to have some really nice anthocyanins in it. And I can't imagine what it tastes like. I hope it tastes good. So let's see. There was another one in here. Little one. No, these are smaller. But yeah. So that's why I got this one, because it looked pretty. And of course, you cannot have fruit. Well, you can, but I like to be a little different. So let's see. I picked up, of course, y'all can't see me. Sorry, y'all. Oh, my hair is oily. Don't look at that, y'all. I put some castor oil in my hair, y'all, so excuse that. I got, of course, the mozzarella. And I went to a specialty store, so. And this is a Norwegian cheese. The last name, Klausenworld, Norwegian name. And this is a caramel cheese. It's really very good. If you all ever see this in your store, try it out. It's a, we call it brown cheese. It's a brown cheese, and it's a caramel. It's really very good. So I'm gonna eat this with my fruit. So yes, that's all I got for y'all. Bye, y'all.